MentorMe Memorable Moments, and we are happy to be here. This is our physical health segment, right? Yeah. So we are here with Coach D, and so I am Tracy Everette Duncan, your host, and I want to say welcome to 150 nations and all 50 states to WLVS Radio, ListenVisionLive.com, or you're probably viewing us on MentorMe411.com. So come on in. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Oh my gosh.
What you say? Get your coffee, get your tea.
That's
right.
Get ready. That's right. Your latte, whatever makes you comfortable. Yes, get ready. So you know what? We have a lot that we want to talk about, and we're kicking off our new season 2 with Coach D, as we did with the other health broadcasters. And so with physical health, Coach D is going to talk to us about some of the things that we discussed last season, as well as what we're bringing to the table this season. So you definitely want to take some notes and stay in touch with her, but we'll give you all that information at the end of the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Coach D, what do you have for us?
Well, hello, everyone. We wanted to do this recap, as Tracy mentioned, because I know some of you are new who are viewing with us tonight. Some of you have been with us, but you may have missed a segment and maybe didn't look at the videos, go back and look at those. So we thought we'd bring it back to you again. And in between that, we're going to talk about what's to come.
Right.
Yes,
that's right.
What is to come.
And if they want to see your videos, they can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We're on MentorMe 411 on YouTube. You'll find all our programs from 2014, 2015, and 2016.
Absolutely. So if we can put the first slide up, we're talking about deeply rooted from the inside out. And I put it in phases 1, 2, and 3. But we're going to talk about phase 1 that we've gone through for the year. So next slide. So with this one, deeply rooted, I want you to meditate on this one. Because I know on this slide, I will always give you a disclosure. But the next slide, meditate on this. Spend your time and energy in training yourself for spiritual fitness. Physical exercise has some value, but spiritual exercise is much more important, for it promises a reward in both this life and the next.
All right.
This is true, and everyone should accept it.
All
now
right.
that comes from 1 Timothy 4, verses 7 through 9, and that is the New Living Translation. But look at it under the translation that you like. And again, I am always admonishing you to take charge of your health, your heart, and your life.
That's right.
All right? You're in charge of it. This is what these programs are about, because I want you to take charge of it. Know who you are. So when you see your doctor, even when you're not feeling a certain way, you know your own body.
That's right.
And you'll know what to share with your doctor.
That's right.
All right? So we went through some phases. I said phases 1, phases 2, and phases 3. In the next slide, so we can see this one. So phase 1 was the core, your spirit man. Phase 2, the middle. I call that your soul man. That's your flesh. And then phase 3, the masterpiece, your body temple.
Okay.
Right? So it's still admonishing you, Coach D. Turn to the next slide. And this is our review. We're going back to January 2016?
Yes, that's right.
So January, here it is. Healthy heart, healthy person. Spirit, soul, and body. I like to go from the inside to the outside. So that's what I'm talking about, deeply rooted. You need to know who you are deep within. And when you know who you are, you know how to take care of that, the outside will display what's on the inside. All right? So we talk about your spirit. Your spirit is your intuition. It's communion. It is your conscious. Right? The bottom line, it is your strength. It controls both your soul and your body. All right? So then we go to your soul. Your soul, man. That's your mind, your will, and your emotions. Yes? Okay, so with that one, this is the bottom line is who you are. That's your intellectual realm. And then we go to your body. That's where you have your 5 senses. Also, we talk about, since this is physical health segment, we also talk about your body weight, your endurance, your strength, your flexibility, your balance, agility, and your coordination. With this right here, again, this here is your flesh, right? This is your flesh. Your soul soul man is what you think, your mindset.
Yes.
And that's where we want to stay, in that middle man, your mindset. Because it's all, if we can get to you changing your mindset by going in deep to find out who you really are.
Right.
When we get to March, and when I think it was March, when we talked about Coach D, we'll get into that with your mindset. It's how you think. Then your spirit man and your body will not come into line, but you would just think differently and look at your life in a different way.
Yeah, have
right?
a different perspective.
Different perspective,
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then also in January, your next screen, keeping physically and spiritually fit. And we did a side-by-side comparison.
Right.
Now, this is my side-by-side comparison. You do your own side-by-side comparison, because whoever your God is, you know, who you believe in, that's who you will meditate, you will do. But the God I serve is the Lord Jesus Christ, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
So, physically fit, I put it side by side. I have an exercise regimen, and then I have the prayer life. So I want to be physically fit, but again, I need to be spiritually fit.
Right.
Because that's what leads and guides me, right? Being
Right.
spiritually fit and knowing how to take care of myself on the outside. All right, so the exercise part, we said what? Preparation. What is the preparation? I say put on your war clothes, which is your exercise outfit, your muscle gel if you have to, and then
Yes.
get your sneakers and etc. But then on the other side, on the spiritual side, the preparation is, again, put on your war clothes. That's the whole armor of God. And we're talking about from the head down to the soles of your feet.
Don't
And it's
forget
a spiritual clothing.
That's right.
Put that armor on. And then we talked about, okay, you need to stretch, warm up, 5 to 10 minutes. And then when you get to the spiritual side, your confession, your praise, and your worship, right? And then we get right into the exercise routine. Your classes, you're running, you're jogging, you're lifting weights, you're cycling. And then on the spiritual side, not just reading the Word of God, because you can read a book, you can read a magazine, but when we talk about reading, you want to meditate on the Word, you need to study the Word. Like when you're in school, you got your notebook out, and you did your reading, you wrote down notes. That's what you want to do when it comes to the Word of God. Then we get to the cool down. Yes. But then on the spiritual side of it, that's your prayers of thanksgiving. You thinking, God, you got through that exercise
I know
program,
that's
right?
right.
With no hurt, harm, or danger. And then you're thinking about when you finish reading the Word, you thanking God for all of His goodness. Yes. You're thanking God for all of the protection, how He's
Right.
kept you,
Right.
right? Things that He is going to do, has done, and is going to do.
Right.
Yes. And then you get down to the bottom, to the end part of it, where you get a coach or accountability partner, and then you get a prayer partner, and you do your Bible study. So to conclude all of this for this January segment is, so just like an athlete has to train and prepare his body for that competition that he is about to perform in, we must be prepared spiritually, right? Fit or mature. That means that we need to take an accurate knowledge, right? And exercise our thinking ability to distinguish right from wrong from God's point of view. Because it's not about us, it's all about Him,
Right.
but from His point of view. So what about you? What will you start doing today? And how will you measure your growth? That is the fruit of the Spirit. You know, that's who we are. And then also your think on these things, right? Because they're good.
Good, that's right.
Absolutely. So set a goal, and then I need for you to ask God how can you grow in Him, right? All right. So now we're on February.
Okay.
That's that month. That's the heart month. You see the heart up there?
Yeah.
February is heart month. And listen to these stats here, right? Cardiovascular diseases, stroke, they cause 1 in 3 women's death each year, killing approximately 1 woman every 80 seconds. Now that's just every 80 seconds, right? Women have a higher lifetime risk of stroke than men. We always think the men have, no, women. We are the women.
Right.
We're the caretakers, right?
Right.
And we're always out there taking care of everyone else, but sometimes we just forget about ourselves, right? 80% of heart disease and stroke, listen to this, may be prevented by lifestyle changes and education. We need to know about these diseases and how we can prevent them. All right, then some of the symptoms of heart attack, they may be different in women than they are in men.
Oh, yeah.
For example, women may have indigestion, may have heartburn, shoulder pain, pain between your rhomboids, between your shoulder blades. You may have that. But the thing is, go see your physician, knowing your body, knowing what's happening. Don't just take their advice. I'm not saying that, but they had the education, they know, but you need to know too. Don't just take the first, remedy, medication. see if there's something alternative that you can do.
But you know what, Dion, we also talked about the young people, the ones that are between the ages of 23 and 31 that are suffering from heart attacks and strokes early on, and you think that it's just pressure in the chest, or that you're just not feeling well and for whatever reason, but you're really having a heart attack or a stroke. You really got
strokes.
That's right, exactly. 23 to 31 years old, they're dying from these heart attacks. You check yourself out.
Yes. So stroke, cardiovascular disease, it doesn't have an age on it.
No, it doesn't.
Whomever.
No, because
you could be, and you're fit. You could be fit, and you still can have a heart attack.
Well, you know, I brought out some stats in 2015 about 8-year-olds and 11-year-olds that were having heart attacks too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It just hurts my heart to hear that. But as parents, as guardians, we need to start young. And teaching them young of what they can do and keep themselves healthy. All right, so again in February, it was all about your heart. Next slide. We talked about uncontrollable risk factors, and we talked about controllable risk factors. Now your age, your body type, your family history, your sex, your race, we don't have any control over those. We're born, that's who we are. But those controllable risk factors, smoking, exercising, proper diet, your weight, your drinking habits, and stress is one of those. Good. We have some good stresses, which we'll talk about later on, and then we have those bad stresses. So the main thing is get some of those stresses out of your life, but we'll talk about those things.
You know what I do now, after hearing from you last season, is I always keep a bottle of water by my bed.
Absolutely.
You know, because I remember what you said. You know, this body needs to be needs to be juiced and limber, and so when my feet hit that floor, I'm drinking a bottle of water.
I love it. Absolutely. Keep the water. Our brains need it. All right, we talked about nutrition, along with the healthy heart basics. It's your heart. How are you treating it? Next slide is talking about the different foods that we eat. The one thing I just tell you guys is there's no perfect diet, but you need to find a diet that's right for your body. And when I say diet, it's broad. I don't talk about these because I hate diets. I'm just saying, yes, Coach D hates diets. I'm talking about your lifestyle. This is the food that I am eating to live and not living to eat.
Right.
Did I say that right? Sometimes I get it all backwards. So I'm eating the foods that I know that's going to sustain my energy, good for my muscles, good for my brain, and I'm not just eating food because I'm stressed, I'm depressed, and what have you. So I'm saying eat the food that's going to keep your organs, your cells, and your body together, that it's going to help you function, to think. Sometimes you're thinking, why can't I think straight? Why am I just, it's because your body doesn't have those nutrients, and then you have to get the right nutrients in your body.
Right.
I am not a nutritionalist, but what I tell you is go to my plate. If it's something that if you can't afford to go to a nutritionist or what have you, put that money aside, save up if you have to, but in the time being, use my plate as a reference. And that's what's here on this slide. Go back and look at the video. If you didn't catch the show or you missed it, go back and see the entire program we did for February. So go back for that. Some good stuff in there. And then exercise. Next slide. Guys, don't forget exercise. Okay? Exercise. I'm always saying things 3 times because I believe the first time you didn't hear it, second time maybe you heard, the third time you're like, yes, I got it. So exercise makes the heart grow stronger, makes the heart stronger. Because you know your heart is a muscle. You know that's a muscle. And it's a little thing, it's the size of my fist, but you gotta keep that heart going. Don't make the heart work harder than it has to work. Because the heart will say, you know what, I'm working too hard, guess what? I'm going to stop. And you don't want that to happen, all right? So the one thing I tell you about, you want to keep the LDL in the cholesterol, that's the bad, lousy cholesterol. You want to keep those numbers down. With the HDL cholesterol, those are the happy. You want to keep those, keep it happy, right? So your overall, the total cholesterol, which it takes the number of the HDL, your high cholesterol, the happy cholesterol, and then the LDL, the lousy cholesterol. But those total, you want that number to stay 200 and below.
Okay.
Right? Yep. You want to keep those numbers. So if you have a history, as I do, of cholesterol running in your side of the family, take heed now. You know, I tell my son, he's now 22, but I tell my son, you know, we have a history of these things. I don't want you fearful, but I want you informed and educated so you can prevent those things happening down the line.
Right.
So as we get older, which we do, remember those risk factors, controllable and uncontrollable. Those controllable ones, keeping our weight down, reducing the sodium, those things can help us in the long term, right? Along with exercising. I'm an advocate. I'm always going to tell you about exercising, right? All right. So in conclusion, for this February,
for
7th,
February.
In conclusion, now that you know, what are you going to do?
Yes.
I am always admonishing you to take charge of your health, your heart, and your life by incorporating what you've just learned. All right? And then you can prevent some of those risk factors like heart disease and stroke. And then you can share it with other people, because it's not just for yourself. Just like it's not just for me, it's for everyone else, right? You come in contact with, we have loved ones, we have friends, family, share. Tell them that. All right? So then what about March?
Okay.
March was all about moi. I
Yes,
shared, right? I was transparent. I shared. So look at this one. It's called Silence No More. Speak out. I'm reaching out, and look at the woman. She's up on the podium, and she's like, yes, I got this. And when I saw that image, I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. I can conquer the world. So what I shared March of this year, just realizing that my childhood was wonderful. I love my childhood. But there's some things that happened during my childhood that I did not address, and it affected me in my adulthood.
Right.
And a lot of us, go back and just think about that. I was sharing with Tracy, I had a session with a business coach, and you know, she's a business mentor. She's asking me questions and we're talking, and I had like a revelation that day where I now know why I was always stifling myself. And I share with you, Tracy, I did not like to listen to myself on videos. I would not listen to it. And I share with her too, for these videos, I didn't go back and watch any of them because I did not like my voice. And Tracy said to me, what? I love your voice.
Yes.
But the thing is, I had to learn to love my voice. So after this coach asked me those questions, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was always told to shut up. I lisp. I had a lisp. I mean, a serious lisp. And people would tell me, shut up, be quiet, listen to how you sound. I had no idea the impact that had on me when I was I wouldn't say young adult. I was a young child. And then now I'm addressing it. So I say now, I am silent no more. I speak to you women who are listening. I'm telling you now, know who you are.
Yes.
Believe in who you are. Be unique, because we're all different.
Right.
We're all different.
And
We're
that's
not
a
the
good
same.
thing.
Yes, and you don't want to be like everybody else. Be you. And then you know what? Speak out. Don't be silent anymore. Get the knowledge. Sometimes, yeah, I did speak, and I was just doing it to hear myself speak. But you know what? I come with a wealth of knowledge, information. So I am going to speak out. I am silent no more.
And we invite women and young girls to speak out too.
Speak out.
And you just never know. You have the power to set people free.
Absolutely.
And if you have that word in you, you have a responsibility, and you're going to be held accountable for that.
Absolutely.
So speak into other people's lives. Now, I don't let everybody speak into my life.
Not everybody.
You know?
Now. You have to know. The one thing is, when you have a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit that's in you, He will tell you when's the time to speak, who to share it
That's
with,
right.
and who not. Because you know what? Because it becomes gossip if you share it with the wrong person.
Right.
But if you share with those people who they really needed to hear what you had to say, share on. And I'm just, again, go to MentorMe411.com, get to the YouTube channel, look under Dion under that tab, send me an email message. Dion, I want to talk to you about this. How do I overcome this? Now, I am not a healthcare professional or a psychiatrist, but I tell you what, life experience has given me that expertise that I can talk to you about it, because I have gone through that with, not feeling good about myself, low self-esteem, thinking I had to be like everybody else to be accepted. But I'm telling you now, freedom comes when you love yourself, and you don't have to be like everyone else. So I just admonish you, love you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Whew, that was for
yes,
somebody.
that was for
It
somebody.
Really, it
and
really
I
was.
hope you, I just believe you have received it. So reach out. I would love to talk to you. All right. So then April, we talked about the 5 ugly habits that are hurting your heart.
I like this.
I came in with the introduction of chronic stress puts your health at risk. All right, because it can wreak havoc on your mind, your body. Then I'm telling you to take steps to control your stress. One, you want to recognize when you don't have control. We don't have control of every situation. Just let it go.
Right.
We can't control everything. Don't get anxious about situations that you cannot change. So if I can't change, you know what? I have to become neutral. It's this is what it is. I can't change it. Don't get stressed out. Develop a vision for healthy living. So what are these boards they put out? Like these what do you call it? These
vision boards.
Vision boards. Even if like my house, I have sticky notes around on my mirrors, on my walls, just reminders of Dion. This is the exercise you can be doing. Dion, see these pictures of where I'm going to the beach, the islands. It'll relax you. You know, put you in a relaxing frame of mind. Then I think about personal growth. Okay, you're spending time and money on all these things, but personal growth. What is that? What do you think about when you hear personal growth? I think about getting your education.
Right.
I think about picking up a new hobby or something that's just going to make you, I don't know, feel better. That's all I can think about.
Enhancing your skills, whether professional or personal.
Absolutely. And then setting realistic goals. You know, if you have to set up a goal for a week, that's a start. That's better than not having a goal at all.
Right.
But try to do month goals. Like for this month, these are some of the things. You may have to tweak it. You may have to like, okay, let me just erase all of it and, do some more. But set some realistic goals. That's what I say to you.
So when they set these goals, can they adjust throughout the month if they're not hitting it?
Absolutely. But again, you want it realistic. You want to be smart about it. You know, I'm going to set this goal. I don't even know what some examples, because it's your own personal goals. Well, I can say for me for this week, my goal is I am going to set it where I'm going to exercise at least an hour for the day. Some days, like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, because I'm doing my weight training. But Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm going to do my 30 minutes or so. So those are some goals that I have that I'm going to do for the week. And then also to call some family members that I haven't spoken to in a while. Not just send a text, but to actually call and say, hey, I wanted to hear your voice. Just want to know how you're doing. Because life is short. Tomorrow's not promised to us. So those are some of my goals. And then the one thing I say about the stress, take time to unwind. Stress happens. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and at times it's unbearable. But you just have to unwind. So what are some of those steps? All right? I'm sorry, the 5 ugly habits that's hurting your heart. All right? So the next slide. You're not getting enough sleep, or you're getting too much sleep. Because that fools with your blood pressure if you're getting too much sleep or not getting enough sleep at all. So 7 to 8 hours, we still need that sleep. What about if you don't floss? Oh yeah, because flossing, gum disease has a direct correlation.
I found my bell.
It's relating to gum disease, heart disease, all of that. Your gums are not intact. It's hurting your teeth, and it can go to your brain, your heart. Guys, please floss. What about the impulsive bouts of anger? I'm getting better. So from April to now, I've gotten so much better. I've learned to leave early. I've learned to drive in the slow lane sometimes. Because driving in the slow lane sometimes it's just refreshing when you go the speed limit. That's what I mean by driving. And then always seeing your glass as half empty. Those are things that you don't want to do. All right. So these are the things that's hurting your heart. And then putting off going to see your doctor. All right. So like me, are any of you guilty of this? Getting too much or too little sleep? I'm guilty of getting too little sleep sometimes because I'm like, I know I got this project because I procrastinated to get it done because I was like, I got a week. And then I'm just like, okay, and then 3 days before, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get this done. And then when the day comes, I'm like, oh no. So I'm not sleeping because I need to get it done. I'm not daily flossing. I'm not controlling my anger. So I need to get all these things done. All right. So what can we do? Conclusion. All right. You can start getting your proper amount of sleep. You can start flossing daily. I say twice a day floss. Brushing your teeth too and flossing.
And you know what? When they're flossing, you don't have to necessarily stand in front of the mirror to do it. You're sitting there watching television or listening to a CD. You can floss.
Absolutely. Sometimes, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even sorry about it. When I'm driving and I just got finished eating food, I keep floss in my car. I keep it in my purse. I keep it on my nightstand. So when I think about it, I grab a little floss. And I get the little sticks, the little picks, because I don't like it touching my hands and using the stuff. And that's nasty. So I take the little stick and I'm in there flossing. I just don't like stuff all over my hands. It's like nasty. I know it's my own, but no. All right. So something in conclusion: controlling, getting enough sleep, daily flossing, controlling your anger, seeing your glass as half full and not empty, and visiting your doctors, guys. You have to get that annual, your insurance. It's going to cost you nothing to get that annual woman wellness going in. Even though you say, oh, I feel good, but just go see your doctor. Absolutely, because we're not doctors.
Right.
Go see your doctor and just, it's preventive maintenance is what it is.
Right.
You don't want to wait till something happens to go see your doctor. You want to see your doctor before then. All right. So your heart depends on it. So hear me out, guys. All right. So let's move on to the month of May.
Okay.
I think we're doing well. It's 6:31. I think we're doing good, Tracy. Because sometimes I can talk. So we did talk about stress. We said stress is a fact of life. It's referred to pressure, tension, right? When we're facing things of life, but it's life. It can be automatic reaction to a demand or danger, right? Good stress. Now we have good stress, and it causes us to release the chemical, which is adrenaline, right? Endorphins, which is produced in your body, and it acts as a natural antidepressant and pain relievers. Too much stress can cause problems, which we already talked about. Muscle tension. You're wondering why my shoulder, it hurts, my back, why is it hurting? Sleep disorders. I can't sleep at night. I see people sometimes putting on Facebook, why am I up in the middle of the night? So I'm talking to my Christians, those who believe in Jesus Christ as followers. If you're up like that and you can't sleep, pull the Bible out. Maybe God is trying to talk to you. Maybe he has a message for you. Because one morning I was up. It was like 3 o'clock. I said, Daddy, why am I up this time of morning? He had a word for me. And it was for someone else. So if you find yourself, I can't sleep, pull out the good book. Read it, right? Take notes. Write down something. Because I look at the time when I get up. And sometimes it's like 3:55 or whatever time it is. I write that time down because I'm like, it has some significance. It has some meaning to it. Read my Bible. Write down what was the scripture. It gives me a scripture. I'm reading it. Sometimes I may not understand it, but you know what? Read it. Right? Okay. And then we're talking about it can give you headaches. And then look at stroke. Put the slide back up.
Right.
I want them to see stroke. Right? Ulcers, high blood pressure, right? The silent killer, and then heart disease. Now, stress, not getting sleep, not eating properly, again, flossing. These are the things that can cause health issues. And I put some of the things up there, but there are other things that can cause the health issues. All right, so what are some of those 12 ways of beating stress? Next slide. We want to look at we put down the 12 things that you can do. You want to focus on the positive. You want to talk it out. Guys, when I'm talking, it helps me out. I'll stand there and I say, okay, this is what's happening. All right, so let me talk this thing out a little bit. What can I do about it? What's realistic? So my ears can hear it. Because sometimes when you keep your mouth closed and you don't talk about it, it doesn't have the same effect as when you just talk it out. Now, even when you're talking out to someone, sit there and say, hey, I don't need you to give me any advice. I just want you to hear me out. Absolutely. Make a to-do list. And I find that helps me when I make a to-do list. Write it down. And that's like your goals. It could be a daily goal. This is my to-do list. I'm writing these things down and I cross them off as I accomplish them. Okay, so that's good to do. Make time for yourself every day. Now, when I was talking to my business coach, she was saying, okay, I want you to take 30 minutes to an hour just to yourself. Set the atmosphere. Give it a name. Give that time that you set for yourself a name. And then I want you to do it. And that'll be a time for you to refocus. It'll be a time for you to get answers to some questions or prayers that you had. But take time out for yourself, even if it's going to get your nails done. Even if it's, sometimes I do my nails at home, right? Because my time doesn't allow me sometimes to go out to the manicurist or whatever. So I go at home, I get my place, I set my things out, I play music that I like, or I put on a program that I hadn't watched for the whole week, and then I just go and I'm doing my nails, and this is my time. And my lovely, lovely husband, even my dog, they don't even bother me during that time, because it's like an understanding. He don't even have to say, do you need your time? It's just, he knows, and he gives me that time, and after I'm done, I'm just like, I can go cook this, I can go do that.
Right.
So guys, take time out for yourself. All right, try deep breathing. I like that. This is what one of my students said to me. I was teaching a CPR course, and she was like, your breath, be a breath coach, because we took the first breath when we were born, and then you take the last breath when you die. So don't neglect taking those. Breathe it out.
But show us how to do it.
So let's see it. Put this on the screen. All right, so I said about the breathing. So I get here, and then you're going to breathe in. That already makes you feel good. Come on, work it with us. Do it with us. One more time. Come on, breathe in. Then you feel better.
You can feel clearly.
Yes.
You can feel it in the brain and the mind.
And this is what I tell them. I said, breathe in. All that's happening to you that you just like, you feel sometimes, I just can't take this anymore. I'm going to throw in the towel. I say, breathe in all of that. Breathe it in. And then I want you to breathe it out. Let it go. Breathe it out. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm done with it. It's out of my control. Let it go. What one of the scriptures says? It says, let go and let God. That's what I'm saying to you. Let it go, because it's beyond your control. Let it go. All right. So then we said, try progressive muscle relaxation. Now, one of the examples, I had to put that on there because I was like, I know, go back to the month of May and look at the entire video, how we break out everything. But with this one is like you want to sit up. We can do this one too, Tracy. Sit up in a comfortable chair.
Can you put us on screen?
And then we're going to start with your arms, all right? So the one thing you want to do is take a ball of fist, and I want you to focus on the fist. Don't think about the rest of your body, although you want to tense up the rest of your body, but you're going to move it. So we said progressive. So we're moving from the hands to the arms and on up. So I'm just going to show you the hands now, and the rest you go back and you do yourself, okay? So we're here. Grab your hands. Just tense up those muscles. Tense it up. Ball up the fist. Remember, you're focusing on the fist, your hands. Focus. And you can still breathe too. Tense up a little bit more. Relax. Let it go. I feel good. I don't know about you guys, but I do. You feel it in your hands. Yes, and it's moving up. And then next you go to your arms and you move up. So that I'm going to have you do on your own. We got you started, and then you go ahead and you finish it.
And not just home, at work, or any place.
Yes, even in the car. When that traffic, because most of us are in our car or we're at work. For those of you who have office jobs, desk jobs, and in the car, and you feel that the traffic, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get there in time. Ball it. Or if you have one of them stress balls, that's the same effect. Squeeze it. If you don't have one of those, just squeeze. Don't put your fist up anybody. Put it down where they can't see you, right? Because you don't want stuff. You don't want people thinking you putting a fist up at them, right? So just put it down and put that fist up and breathe and relax. All right. So let's go on to those steps 7 through 12. Again, guys, I want you to see this. What I do is each program I wanted to build up on from the last program, keep building up. So you see, we're talking about the sleep, we're talking about the exercise, we're talking about taking regular breaks. All of that is it's involved with your overall health. So that's why you see this 12 ways of beating stress. You see that I put that stress. All right. So we're talking about laugh sometimes. Number 10, laugh. And I put these scriptures up here, guys, because I want you to go back and I want you to read these scriptures on your own. I could have put out what they said, but I want you to read those. Go back and do your own research and see what those scriptures are saying to you. But laugh. Laughing is medicine.
Yes.
Medicine for your soul. It's good. Laugh at yourself sometimes. Because, man, I tell you, I laugh at myself all of the time. Now, there was a time where I could not laugh at myself. I get so frustrated because I thought I had to be perfect. I thought I just had to have it always going on. Hair right, shirt right, whatever. I had to just look like everybody else. No more. Don't. Because that was stressing me out in itself. Right? So I just say laugh at yourself sometimes. Eat a healthy diet, guys. You must eat a healthy diet. So what does it say? When you eat a healthy body, you give your body, you eat a healthy diet. You give your body energy that it needs to cope with stress, right? Eat a variety of foods. Now, I always tell you guys, if you are looking on my Facebook page, Dion Shaw Bush, or you're looking on my Twitter or my LinkedIn, I'm always telling you, eat the rainbow. Because it just, when you see those colors, I get excited. When I know. The colors on my plate. Yes. It's just like, ooh, I'm going to eat.
I can't wait.
Absolutely. So I try to put colors in everything. Like if you like peppers, experiment. You may say, oh, because I was like a plain Jane when it came to eating. No, I don't want all that kind of stuff. I just like my usual food that I eat. No, I'm telling you, when you go and try the different foods out there, even if you tried it the first time, you don't like it, at least you tried it. But I'm just like, I'm having fun. I feel like I'm living life now. Because before I was living it to be like other people, but now I'm living it to be me. And it's just like, I don't know, it's life changing. It's just, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Very content.
Yes.
Very satisfied.
Satisfied.
With
that
self.
Is it. With self. I love it. So I want you guys to just love you too and just feel this happy. If I can squeeze it in you right now, the happiness, the joy I have, woo! Let me tell you. All right. So, and then you want to ask others for help when you need it. All right. Talk to someone. Find someone that you know is they have a good head on their shoulders and they could be a good sounding board, and that they're going to tell you like it is and be truthful. Not just, okay, they're going to tell you what you want to hear, but you want somebody who is just going to force you to change that. You know, those are the kind of people you want around you. At least one or two people who are sincere and they're looking out for your best interest. You don't want always a yes. Yes, you're doing this. Yes. No, girl, you got to get this going. Girl, straighten up. Girl, why are you doing that? So you need friends like that. Don't discount those friends because you need them. You don't want everybody telling you yes all the time. Girl, you're doing good. You look good. No. Get somebody who will just get up under your skin and you have no choice but to change. You want those kind of friends. All right. In conclusion, we said that some stress is necessary to get us motivated and mobilized. It's when stress turns into distress, is that when we are begin to really suffer. All right. Distress occurs when we shift from focusing on the goals in our life, and then we're looking at alleviating that distress in any way that we can. It's reckless. You know, people who are drinking, smoking, just out there doing the things opposite of what they would do if they didn't have the stress or that situation, because they don't know how to handle it. Learn to handle it. Learn to let it go. Talk to people. Take time out for yourself. Count to 10 if you have to, you know. So rather than proactively preventing problems, we begin to just react to the circumstances. So don't react to the circumstances because it's just a circle. Just going to have you like a dog chasing his tail. You don't want to be going around in those circumstances. So take control of it. When I say take control of your health, charge of your health, your heart, your life. Because you have one life here, right? You have one heart, and then it's your health, right? I want you to live a healthy life. And what does it mean to live a healthy life? Being able to do your daily living activities. That you want to be able to bend and pick things up, reach to get things. You want to be able to read on your own, put your clothes on. You want to be able to eat on your own. Yes, walk. Walk without pain. That's what healthy means. Healthy doesn't mean, oh, I got to go in and get all these bulging muscles, or I got to look like this person over here. Health is, I am able to be happy. I'm able to live a stress-free life and do the daily activities that I need to do. So that's what it means to be healthy. Yes?
And we understand also that if you have a habit, it's not going to be so easy to break that habit, but just take one step at a time. Like Dion mentioned, if you're smoking, And there are a lot of steps out there that you can take. Maybe you don't smoke a pack this week.
Right.
Maybe you just smoke a few. Or you love chips.
Yes.
Stress eating. Maybe you don't eat all the chips,
I like chips
out of a single bag, or just the sodas, because the sodas have a lot of sodium and
sugar. Both sodium and
yeah.
sugar.
So maybe you just cut out some of that and drink more of the water.
And when you said that, I'm telling you, I'm putting my husband out there. He was drinking Coke, drinking all these sodas, right? And then he got to a point, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to stop drinking all the soda. He lost so much weight just by drinking the sodas.
That's it.
Oh my! And it didn't even take long. I'm telling you, it was like maybe 30 days, it was like a month. Because he had to gradually do it. He stopped drinking them sodas. And he was like, I feel better for some reason. I said, it's because you stopped drinking all those. You stopped drinking all those sodas and drink more water.
Right.
And I'm not saying that if once in a while you want to treat yourself and you drink that soda until you get to a point where you don't want sodas anymore. You drink or eat something else that's a healthier alternative. I'm just saying sometimes we fall, get back up.
Right.
But drink your water. Straight up water is better for you because it's what your body's made of, right?
That's
All
right.
So then it says back on that screen, one more time, back up to the screen. I just want to say, the next time that this happens, guys, pray. That you feel you got to do these kind of things. You're being, reckless. Just pray. Pray to your God. But I'm going to pray to my God, right? Whomever. I'm not discounting who you pray to, but I'm just saying pray, right? All right, next one. We're talking about June.
Woo.
June was a month that we talked about physical activity, health, fitness, and health screening. This was about choosing a personal trainer. Not every personal trainer is going to be for you, because I may not be the personal trainer for you and you may not be the client for me. But this segment says it's up to you. You will determine your success or failure in choosing the right fitness professional for you. All right? So don't just go and take it just because everybody else is using this particular personal trainer. That may not be the personal trainer for you, because a personal trainer, our job is it's a relationship. We're building rapport. And I'm getting to know you almost like a counselor, and not in a sense where you need a psychiatrist or something, but you want this person because you may be sharing personal things with me. Well, you actually are going to be sharing personal things with me. We're going to be spending 30 minutes to an hour together, hopefully at least 3 days a week, and it'll be building a long-term relationship. So you want to make sure that is the right person for you, and that their knowledge of physical activity and physical fitness is where you need it. Because if you're an athlete and this is a first-time personal trainer, that may be that's not compatible, because they're not going to take you to that level that you need. So you need to make sure you have the right one. Interview them. So we're going to get to that. All right. So physical fitness training. Move to the next slide for me, please. Physical training, performance versus health. Your health status, your goals will determine the frequency, intensity, and the type of activities that you need. Your personal trainer will need to know that and what you need. Successful trainers, they know how much activity is required to obtain those specific goals that you and that personal trainer have talked about. Goals may range from this person wants to avoid disease to an elite athlete performance. And then in between there's just, you want to maintain your weight. You want to just maintain. I don't need to avoid disease, because it runs in my family, and doctors told me that whether you're pre-diabetic or whatever it is, you want to exercise to avoid disease. Then there's people who like me, I want to stay healthy, just getting that exercise and exercising that heart, getting some cardio in, getting some weight training. Because ladies, and I'm talking about men too, but my primary focus is on ladies. When we get a certain age, we need to be lifting weights. And I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get all bulked up. It's not about getting bulked up. You want to lift those weights because our muscles, our bones, they get dense. They get frail as we get older. And we want to keep those up. And then elite athletes, you're training for a goal. You may want to run a marathon. You may be doing a triathlon, whatever it is. So you need that personal trainer who's an expert in those areas. Okay. So the next slide for us is, I put a chart up here. So it's like, how much exercise is enough? All right, so we talked about avoidance of disease. We talked about the frequency, intensity, time, and type. 5 days a week when you want to avoid disease. Moderate exercise, walking. When you're walking with a purpose. 30 minutes a day. You want to walk 6 to 12 miles a week. That's the accumulation. fitness, and this is where I am, 3 to 4 days a week, vigorous, hard. Like I'm talking, but I'm a little out of breath, but I can still talk. You want to do 30 to 45 minutes a day, and the example is you want to jog 10 miles a week. All right. Now, for these athletes, these elites, right? So they do 7 days a week. They work hard. They do 2 hours a day. Like my girlfriend, my sister friend, Kim Griffin. She has on her Facebook page. This girl is. I mean, she did the what's it called? The bikini. I think they don't call it bikini anymore. Physique competition. This girl is diligent in what she does. She is one of those elite athletes. And I'm not saying an athlete where you have to do sports all the time, but her goal is to keep her body she just beating it down. And I mean that in a good way. So girlfriend does these weights. She's working out 2 hours a day. She's in that gym every day. And that's what's on her mind. She's thinking gym. She's thinking health. She's thinking to her family. So you just have to know which area that you're in. And that personal trainer has to know it as well. All right. So the next one is we're talking about making those program decisions. And those program decisions that we as personal trainers make for you is based on your goals. It's based on your what you need, and we make an extra, like your doctors write you a prescription based on what the diagnosis is, and then we write exercise prescriptions based on that as well. So we make sure if you need to get a medical clearance, that's because it provides outside support, reduces liability from fitness professionals, and it must comply with the HIPAA Act. So make sure you know that. In conclusion, as I stated before, it is up to you. You will determine your success or failure in choosing the right fitness professional for you. All right? All right, so July is when I had my guest on the show. We had a ball.
Yeah, that was
Sharon
great.
Hawks. We had a ball. So Sharon is she is a certified diabetes educator. She's a licensed dietitian, nutrition and education. So that's her center. But she is, I'm saying this woman, I had to bring in an expert because I did my research, I studied, but I wanted somebody who, this is what she does, is who she is. So she talked about diabetes and the keys to prevention, treatment, and reversal. Now, we have to know there are different types of diabetes when it says prevention, treatment, and reversal. Now, if you have the insulin dependent diabetes, there's no reversal. I mean, I know there's nothing hard for God, but we're saying right here in this day and time, there's no reversal for it. There's prevention for it because it runs on my father's side of the family and it runs on my mother's side of the family. Diabetes, the insulin dependent diabetes. So what I do is exercise, watch what I'm eating, and it's not just about sugar, guys. So don't think, sugar causes diabetes. Right. No, it's not. So it's about exercising, watching what you eat, getting that water, getting your exercise, drinking water, getting your sleep. Those things are factors. Yes, keeping the weight down. But the one that's preventable and can be reversible is type 2. Don't get me wrong. Flip to the next page so I can make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. All right, so U.S. diabetes. With 2.9 million people have diabetes, 9.3 of the U.S. population have diabetes, 8.9 in Maryland residents have diabetes. Diagnosis, 21 million people. Type 1, 55% to 10% account for it. Type 2, 90 to 95%. That's type 2. That's the one that's reversible. It's because of diet, right? Turn the page. What is diabetes? We learned about it. It's a disease that keeps the body from using the food to make energy. So we know food. We need food for energy, but you need to eat the right foods. People with diabetes either don't have enough insulin in their body or they can't use the insulin the way that it should. Next slide. Most common types. We talk about type 1 diabetes. That's insulin dependent. And we talk about type 2. Some people may have to use insulin, but they mainly use medication. Flip to the next one. I want to make sure we get all of these in. The next one is about your body types. You ever heard about the pear shape?
Yes.
Oh, I'm moving too fast. Sorry, guys. See, I talk too fast, and I want to make sure I get this in. So, breathe. All right, I'm relaxed. All right, so the next slide. Let's go on. Thank you. I like to, look, sometimes you got to put me in check because I go, bring me in.
Okay.
So, insulin resistance due to excess central obesity, right? Apple shape. Men get apple shape too, so it's not about the women with the shapes.
That's right.
So look at the apple shape and the apple shape for the men and for the women. So more weight is above the waist. All right. And then you have that pear shape. We also talking about that Coca-Cola bottle, right? Bottle shape. More weight is below the waist.
Okay.
Now, most people with that apple shape is most prevalent to getting the type 2 diabetes. The type 1, it's I don't know if it's inconclusive, but it's mostly in the genes. So it's sometimes a family history of it. All right. In conclusion,
okay,
guys, I need you to go back and look at the videos we said on YouTube, MentorMe 411. You can go to MentorMe411.com, click on Dion under the tab for Dion, and send me a message, you know, and talk about some of this. But conclusion, keep your weight under control. Be physically active. Eat healthy in moderation. Because even if it's healthy foods, you still have to eat that in moderation. Right? You have to eat it in moderation. All right. So now let's talk about what's to come. What are we going to be talking about in these next couple of months? I am excited about this. So our focus, we're going to talk about, I have my, this is called my little book of big ideas. All right, so I was writing down here, we want to talk about children and exercise.
Yes.
What type of exercise is good for children? What's some of the things that you can be doing at home for your children, with me as a personal trainer with your children, things that we can teach them and they can do on their own. Right. So children and exercise, but that's a broad title, but we'll break it down for you. What about seniors?
That's right.
And exercise. A lot of seniors, because one day we're going to be seniors, is we're living longer. And that's our goal. And we're living healthy. That we're going to be able to get up. We're able to walk on our own, eat on our own, think on our own, right? Reach up for things, bend down for things. We're going to be active. So we're going to talk about exercise and the seniors, right? Right. But we're going to dig into there. We're not going to talk about just, seniors and exercise. No, we're going to go in there. And then we're going to talk about the brain and exercise. Yes. So we're going to get into
anything that has to do with the brain.
Anything dealing with the brain. And we're going to relate that to exercise. Will exercising help you beat Alzheimer's or dementia? What is it? I mean, can it help? Right. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to get into that, and I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to, what's another one? I want to talk about menopause as well. I'm going to talk about menopause and exercise, because some of you out there, you're at that age, and I've learned after talking to a couple of my friends, some of them went through menopause in their 30s. So don't think about menopause as only for people in their late 40s and 50s and so forth. She was going through her menopause. Well, let me tell you, let me get it right. Perimenopause. Because menopause is one day. It's that 365th day that you have not had your menses is when menopause occurs, and then there's postmenopause. So right now they're going through perimenopause and then postmenopause. So because we always say menopause.
Also men go through menopause.
Absolutely.
We want to talk about that too.
Oh, we're going to get you in here, fellas, because you go through just like we do. I always say, is it you going through? You go through it too.
We got to wrap this up.
Absolutely. We have to wrap it up. I've enjoyed talking to you guys. It's been awesome. I'm looking forward to you joining us. Fourth Sunday, 6 p.m. Come back and see us next month.
Yeah, we have your slide, so you can also contact her on Facebook as well as Twitter.
Absolutely. Yep. So put the slide up. There it is. Yeah. There it is. So
physical
website,
health.
Dion Inc. Email DionBush@DionInc.com, and then Facebook, Dion Inc. CPR and Fitness Training.
Well, hello. Yes. So thank you, Coach D.
Awesome. Love it, love it,
well,
love
you know what? This kind of concludes our physical health segment for this week, and we're coming back next week with our special program with Sir Charles. So between now and then, we want you to be safe, be smart, and be healthy.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Hey!
Well, I wear my clothes like this because I can, and I wear my hair like this because I can, and I walk around like this because I can, and I do my thing like this because it's who I am. And if you're expecting me to give you an apology for being nothing that you to you, that means I'm all. When I dance to the beat of a drummer you don't hear and you can't see. So if I look off beat to you, well, the problem must be you, not me. Irregular but never error.